Hi everyone. In today's session, we are going to discuss about remedials or maintenance measures in rigid pavement. Most common methods of rigid pavement repair are discussed below, starting with crack filling, crack sealing, stitching, partial depth repair, full depth repair, dowel bar retrofit, and diamond grinding. The first one is crack filling. It is a process of filling crack filler into non-working cracks to substantially reduce the intrusion of incompressible material and the infiltration of moisture in the pavement. Usually, these cracks are less than 2 mm and requires crack filling. Low viscosity epoxy and polymer modified asphalt are used as crack fillers. The second one is crack sealing. Placement of a specialized material into working cracks using unique configurations to reduce the intrusion of incompressible material and the infiltration of moisture in the pavement is known as crack sealing. Generally, these cracks are oriented transverse of the pavement center line. All unsound material near the crack should be chiseled out to form a trapezoidal notch of 30 to 40 mm depth with width at the bottom of the notch slightly more than at top for better interlocking. After thoroughly cleaning, the notch is given a tack coat and then sealed using epoxy resin material. Working crack is a crack in the pavement that undergoes significant deflection as well as thermal opening and closing movements greater than 2 mm. As I told, these cracks can be sealed using epoxy resin mortar. Next one is stitching. Basically, we have three types of stitches used. One is cross stitching, slot stitching, U-bar stitching. It is a repair technique to maintain aggregate interlock at the point of cracking and to provide added reinforcement and also the strength of the pavement. Stitching is carried out for strengthening the longitudinal cracks. The first one is cross stitching. In cross stitching, holes are drilled at an angle so that they intersect the longitudinal cracks or joints at about mid-depth of the slab. Generally, dust is removed by compressed air and epoxy is injected into the holes. Tie bars are inserted and epoxy is removed. That is, excess epoxy is removed. In slot stitching, slots with lengths no lesser than 60 centimeter are cut approximately perpendicular to the longitudinal joints or cracks using a slot cutting or machine. Slots are prepared by removing the concrete and cleaning the slot. Deformed bars are placed and backfill material is applied, finished, and curved. In slot stitching, the concrete slabs are held together by the shear stress of a deformed bars. It is also very important to provide the high strength backfill material and put consolidation around the bars and concrete surface. And under the last one, that is U-bar stitching, slots are cut using a slot cutting machine and concrete is broken and removed by pneumatic hammer. In this method, anchoring action by the U-bars provides most of the resisting force. Proper backfilling around the ends of the U-bars is very important. Moving on to the next one, that is partial depth repair. In this method, identification of deteriorated concrete, demarcation of repair boundaries, removal of distressed concrete, cleaning, joint preparation, application of bonding agent, placing the patching material, texturing, curing, and joint sealing are the sequential operations before the pavement is open to the traffic. Cementitious grout is usually used as bonding agent. The patch mixture should have the strength of the concrete of the existing pavement. The repair patch is often curved by a curving compound which should be applied as soon as possible to avoid occurrence of shrinkage cracks. Next one is full depth repair. Structurally integrity and functioning of rigid pavements can be restored by full depth repairs. Here, full depth of part of the slab is removed and replaced by new concrete patch. The reasons for full depth repair are mentioned above. The sequence of operations in case of full depth repair are similar to that of the partial depth repair, but with an addition of provision of load transfer devices. The opening time of the full depth repair depends on the attainment of the required strength. As conventional concrete is slow to gain the strength, it is required to modify its property to allow early opening. Next one is dowel bar retrofit. This rehabilitation technique is applicable to only jointed concrete pavements. Low load transfer efficiency, that is less than 60%, greater faulting and differential deflection of pavement slab are the reasons for dowel bar retrofitting. Dowel bars are then placed in the prepared slots and then slots are backfilled. Backfill materials should have similar thermal properties to the concrete, provide strong bond to the existing concrete. They have little shrinkage and develops enough strength to allow the traffic in a short time. Aggregates in the mix should be small enough to allow the concrete to flow around the bar and consolidate properly. Consolidation of backfill material is done with a vibrator. Once the backfill material is applied, the surface is finished flush with its surrounding surface. Curing compound should be applied as soon as it is over. Next one is diamond grinding. Diamond grinding removes a thin layer at the surface of hardened concrete pavement using closely spaced diamond blades. It is often used to restore or improve radiability of pavement. It is also used for removing bumps in the newly placed concrete pavement, especially at the transverse construction joints. The level surface is achieved by running the blade assembly at a predetermined level across the pavement surface, which produces saw-cut grooves. The uncut concrete between each saw-cut breaks off more or less at a constant level above the saw-cut grooves, leaving a level surface with longitudinal texture. So here are some of the concluding remarks. There are several causes of failures of rigid pavements. Some of them may be specific to the areas where they are laid and as discussed in the above parameters. There are different pavement restoration techniques based on type of distress. In most of the situations, and rehabilitation of the pavement is affected by full depth repairs. Therefore, it is the production of concrete mixture, that is PQC, with adequacy in strengths, nothing but early age and later age durability, which assumes greater significance in accelerated full depth repairs. Thank you.